Imagine a life where a single, bizarre choice could lead to your fortune or your ruin. For the eccentric but brilliant Henry G. Tinsley, a man obsessed with the rugged individualism of the Wild West, that choice involved a swamp, a tax law, and a literal ton of trouble. Our story begins not on a dusty trail, but in the heart of the roaring 1920s, in the booming oil fields of Oklahoma. Tinsley, a successful oil lease speculator, had accumulated a substantial fortune, yet he despised the concept of paying federal income tax, viewing it as an encroachment on personal liberty. While others might simply grumble, Tinsley decided to take drastic action.
He believed he had found a little-known loophole in an old land patent law. In short, he thought he could declare his fortune as a natural resource, specifically an incredibly rich vein of pay dirt, if he buried it on land that had never been officially surveyed or titled. The location he chose was not a remote mountain, but a notoriously inaccessible, malaria-ridden swamp known as the Big Dismal, nestled near the border of Oklahoma and Arkansas. In 1927, Tinsley hired a small, trusted crew. Over 3 harrowing months, they transported his entire liquid fortune, a staggering $1.2 million, equivalent to over $20 million today, in gold coins and rare, untraceable gold certificates. They painstakingly sealed the treasure in several dozen heavy, airtight iron lockboxes.
The federal government was not amused. When Tinsley filed his next tax return with a zero balance and a note declaring his wealth a geological deposit, the IRS immediately launched an investigation. They dismissed his legal theory as ludicrous and demanded the back taxes. Tinsley refused, citing his constitutional right to mineral ownership. The battle escalated quickly. The IRS seized his remaining visible assets, but the real prize was in the swamp. Knowing a legal fight could take years and that Tinsley was dangerously stubborn, a special unit was dispatched to retrieve the treasure. This is where the story takes a truly unbelievable turn. Tinsley, predicting this move, had secretly moved into the swamp. He had built a fortified treehouse camouflaged by Spanish moss and stocked with provisions. For over 8 months, the mild-mannered oil man became a modern-day swamp fox, expertly using the treacherous terrain to his advantage. The federal agents, completely unsuited for the environment, struggled.
Tinsley, who would become known in the local press as the Mad Trapper of the Dismal, used small, non-lethal traps, smoke signals, and intricate detours to evade and frustrate his pursuers. He never shot at anyone, but he effectively sealed off the area, making any large-scale search impossible. Tinsley's luck ran out not from a bullet, but from a mosquito. He contracted a severe case of malaria. Weakened, he was eventually captured in 1928, delirious and near death. The incredible postscript: while Tinsley recovered in a federal prison hospital, refusing to disclose the exact location, the Great Depression hit. The government had bigger problems than a tax evader's stash. Tinsley died in 1935, a pauper, having never spent a dime of his buried fortune.
The $1.2 million was never recovered. Today, the Big Dismal remains mostly undeveloped, a dense, protected wilderness. The land ownership laws are far tighter now, a direct result of Tinsley's elaborate scheme. Every few years, an expedition is launched, armed with old maps and new ground-penetrating radar. To this day, the immense fortune of Henry G. Tinsley, a man who literally chose the swamp over the treasury, lies somewhere beneath the black mud, a testament to one man's bizarre and incredibly costly stand against the taxman.
Would you be interested in a story about another historical figure who attempted an audacious scheme against the U.S. government?